Hey everyone, Vinayak here. I have here with me a GPU coveted by many, the NVIDIA RTX 3070, specifically the Inno3D GeForce RTX 3070 iChill X3. I am excited to review this, so let's get started. This is the Inno3D GeForce RTX 3070 iChill X3. This is one of NVIDIA's new Ampere line of GPUs. The X3 has RGB lighting, which should make this card look cool. This is the 8GB GDDR6 variant. The back of the box has a lot of information about the new Ampere architecture, but you guys want to see the card ASAP, right? So let's do just that. There you go. Wow, the card has some weight to it. It's got three 9cm fans in the front, and they have the iChill branding and logo on them. The card uses a dual slot design, so it will occupy the space of two PCIe slots. Connectivity wise, we have 3 display ports and a single HDMI. A massive heatsink runs all the way through to keep the card cool. Here we have the GeForce RTX branding. Oh, this I like. They're using standard 8-pin power connectors. On the side, we have the iChill text. The back is quite simple with some design elements thrown in with openings for hot air to release through from the fins. This is a protector on the PCIe connector, and once we remove it, it would connect to any standard X16 slot on the motherboard. We have a power supply guide. These cards need a lot of power, and your power supply also needs to cater to your entire system. So a 650 watt power supply is indicated in the guide, but a 700 watt 80 plus gold power supply is recommended. The card has some extra fittings which is detailed out in this document. This looks like an acrylic tail fin, and there are 3. 2 RGB cables are provided to be able to control the lighting on the card. One is ARGB and the second uses 12V RGB. This is where the cables would attach. One is 3-pin and the other is 4-pin. This plate here is where all the RGB magic is supposed to show up. Now I need to replace my Inno3D RTX 2070 Super and install the RTX 3070. Make sure to unplug all your cables from behind before removing the card. The Inno3D GeForce RTX 3070 iChill X3 is a long card, as is the name, at 300mm or 11.81 inches. So make sure to check your cabinet before purchasing. I had to remove one of my AIO radiator fans to make it fit, but as I was using 4 fans with my radiator, removing one was no issue. So slide it into the slot, attach the ARGB connector to a RGB header on your motherboard, connect power, plug in the monitors, and let's boot. Connecting the ARGB header is not required if you don't want the card to sync with the motherboard's color scheme. As soon as it powers on, the card lights up. The iChill text on the top lights up and so do these lines on the side. Let's install the tail fin. We have 3 variants, one with the X3 branding, another which is plain, maybe you can customize your own logo on that, and third has a logo already on it. Gamers can use these to customize their cards. Using the Inno3D Tuneit software, you can set multiple effects on the card. The motherboard's RGB software can also be used to control the lighting and effects on the card if the RGB cable is connected. The RTX 3070 is supposed to trade blows with the RTX 2080. So let's see how it performs against a 2070 Super. The first benchmark I ran is 3D Mark, and the scores say it all. The RTX 2070 Super has a score of 10,130 and the RTX 3070 has a score of 12,906, an increase of 2,776 points. That's so cool. Now let's check out some game benchmarks. Shadow of the Tomb Raider at 4K, the 3070 tops out at 79 FPS with DLSS on. At 2560x1440, we have a frame rate of 119 on the 3070. And 134 FPS at 1920x1080 with DLSS on. Cyberpunk 2077. Ray Tracing Ultra preset at 3840x2160, we manage around 30 to 33 FPS. Turn off DLSS and we get around 2 FPS. Yikes! Ray Tracing Medium preset at 3840x2160 with DLSS on, we get around 38 to 40 FPS. Look the wrong way and the frame rate will drop. Ultra preset without ray tracing and no DLSS, we get around 26 FPS. DLSS on spikes the frame rates up to 55 FPS. Here's a chart on the frame rates by resolution. Turning off DLSS at high resolution would bring even an RTX 3070 to its knees. And do note, an RTX 3090 can get only maximum of 6 to 25 FPS at the maximum settings. Don't worry, these frame rates are really good for a 3070. Fortnite, a much loved shooter by most gamers. Ultra settings at 4K we get 65 FPS, at high you get 110, and on medium we get 150 FPS. At 2650x1440 we get 100 FPS at ultra quality, 155 on high and 210 in medium. At 1920x1080 we get 185 at ultra quality, in high we get 260 FPS and in medium we get 340 FPS. Witcher 3 runs quite well. You need to turn VSync off to get more than 60 FPS. In ultra settings at 4K we have around 60 to 65 FPS. High settings we get around 65 to 68 FPS. Medium we get 85 to 88 FPS. And at low settings we get 90 to 92 FPS. Other than gaming, we also use our systems for work from home tasks, and NVIDIA has a cool set of broadcast tools. So this is one of them where you can also remove the background. Suppose you have a webcam over here, I can initiate background removal. So this is trying its best to remove the background, and this is how it works. And you also have other options such as background blur. Like suppose you want to just blur the background, and you have black background replacement. So here now it is NVIDIA broadcast shown over there, and you have background removal and video noise removal. Then there is also an option for the microphone where you have the noise removal, but for the noise removal to work you have to change the microphone. So first let's get into my settings, microphone, and I have to make it NVIDIA broadcast. And now there should be a very significant noise reduction. So my AC and my system is making a lot of noise, but you should not be able to hear them right now. So those were the NVIDIA broadcast features. I found that the 3070 has around 10 to 15 FPS gain over my 2070 Super. When I set it to ultra settings without DLSS, we get a slideshow. The RTX 3070 is more suited for Full HD or 2K gaming than 4K. Power draw at idle, my system pulls around 151 watts. Start a benchmark and then the power draw goes over 440 watts. GPU temperatures after 30 minutes of benchmarking, it seems to be topping out around 72 degrees. So is the 3070 a good upgrade over the 2070 if you have one? It does look like a significant gain in 1080p and 1440p gaming. 4K also showed a 10 to 15 FPS gain, making unplayable games playable by crossing the 30 FPS borderline. And DLSS does help get better frame rates in newer titles without losing much detail. Competitive shooters like Fortnite play really well without DLSS, and with DLSS the frame rates go higher. The Inno3D GeForce RTX 3070 iChill X3 with its RGB accents looks really cool. So that was the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to be informed when new videos are added. Thank you for watching and see you all next time.